Speak Dispatch. I'm John here with Jill and Joe and special guest Andrew. Our roundtable discussion is going to offer some different perspectives, opinions, and some new ideas in the dispatch world. And one on that topic today, we'll be talking about being healthy in the comm center because our special guest. Welcome, Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. Glad you're with us. So you have started a social media page created to help dispatchers maintain a healthy lifestyle. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, I started the page back in April, late April, early May, and I made this page dedicated to physical fitness because I believe fitness can correlate to a better dispatcher overall. Just for example, I try to work out every day, at least about 6 days a week. And it's just about an hour I put in, and I do it before work. And I can tell, since I've been working out before work, I can feel my performance at work has enhanced greatly. I can tell when I'm on the phone, I move faster, I'm more aware, and I'm more aware of my surroundings too in the room. I feel I have a better just understanding on when things going on, when I can get my workout in, get my blood flowing, get the endorphins on my body moving around, just like the classic saying, look good, feel good, so
There you go.
after I get my workout in, I feel good. And then when I feel good, I have a good day at work.
So you said you start before work, you do the workout thing, and you work 8-hour shifts at your agency. And you do day shift. So day shift usually for people start between 5 and 7 in the morning, depending upon where you work. So that means people are off anywhere between 1 and 3. Now, getting up any earlier than probably 3 minutes before I have to, personally, is a struggle. And I work day shift now. I've been a night owl for 8 years, and we do 12. So speak and share just some insight on the 8 versus 12s, just briefly. And then is it better to work out in the morning, right as you get up, versus some agencies, people get meal breaks to do it then or after work?
It's funny. I did get some questions about that on my page that I've been running. People will be like, hey, I work the night shift, I work the mid shift, the swing shift, and the day shift like myself and yourself. I just actually came off evening shifts. At my agency, we would go from 2:30 to 10:30 basically. So I've been working out since I've been waking up for I would say about 5 years since I've been in the Marine Corps. I've been waking up early in the morning, getting my workout in before work. But for people that work at nighttime, same thing. For me, I'm just one of those people. I like to get up, do what I have to do, get my business done, and move forward with my day. But if so, I would recommend if you do get a meal break, depends how long that is, because at our agency we only get 2 15-minute breaks, so I don't know what it's like to have maybe 40-30 minutes off at a time. So if you do get a 30-minute break, maybe you could take a walk. Just a quick fun fact: 20 minutes of walking can actually burn up to 20 minutes of walking can actually burn up to 200 calories. Wow. A nice pace. Yeah. A lot of people think, oh, I have to run. No, in reality, you can just walk for 20 minutes and you can burn 200 calories if you walk at a good pace, not a nice little brisk pace and 200 calories can be gone like that.
So, we talked about breaks, and then I'm going to kick it over to Jill. A lot of agencies don't get breaks. What is your recommendation for easy things at a console? If I'm glued to a console, I'm tethered to a headset for 8 hours, unless I have to go. The only walking I'm doing is to the bathroom.
Yeah. So what I was doing, especially down here in the area where I dispatch out of, we have a season. All the people come down, to get out of the cold weather, and they come down to nice warm weather down here. So, there are times where, you only get one break, so we'll be, just 15 minutes. That happens. It happens everywhere. I know I'm not the only one. There's probably someone right now while we're recording this that hasn't had a break in 10 hours, But what I was doing was I would do just 15 push-ups every hour. Every hour I would just get up as soon as I knew it was quiet. Yeah, I had little push-up bars. I brought them in.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So I brought little push-up bars, or I do squats or lunges, something, just something small to keep the blood flow. Yeah, because you don't want to be all like tethered down, like you said, for 8 to 12 hours. Because it's just not good just to sit still for 12 hours. It's not how we were created to be. It's as humans, we weren't created to sit for 8 to 12 hours. We're meant to get up and move around at least for a little bit. So just to do something small, 15 to 25 push-ups, or if you're not good at push-ups, you can do air squats or lunges or calf raises, even standing calf raises. It's just to move, just to keep the blood flow, keep your metabolism going, and so you're not only that, you're not just looking at a screen for 12 hours and you're like.
Jill, you had something?
Oh, I do. So you're talking about like the fitness part of it. And I know at my old agency, everybody was into fad diets. Never been a fan of fad diets.
Yeah.
I think it's more of it's a change of style eating. You have to change the way you eat. It's not just a fad diet. So do you have any recommendations for food or snacks for people who can't get up at like 4 a.m. or work out because they have families or they have other commitments?
Yeah.
And I know
yeah.
staying fit, the exercise and the fitness is part of it, but it's what you're putting in your body and you're eating that is also a big part of it.
Right. So for like eating wise, I keep it simple. There's a lot of diets you can read out there where it's like, you can have this and that, and then on Saturdays you can have, coffee with Splenda and sugar and, all this good stuff. I keep it simple. Yeah, I keep it real simple. I stick to whole foods. I stick to, for my carbohydrate sources, I'll have like brown rice, quinoa.
What was that, Joe?
Potato.
What'd you hold up? I missed it.
Joe has a snack.
I'm just gonna, while you guys talk about food, I brought a Scotcheroo. I think I see these in dispatch centers quite often. So while he finishes his answer, I'm just gonna quick enjoy a normal dispatch snack to show the kind of hurdles that we're trying to overcome here. So you just keep going, Andrew. I'll chime in here in just a second.
That looked like a biscotti.
Sunday.
Is that a biscotti?
Or a biscotti or whatever you guys want to call them, whatever part of state you're from. I call it a Scotcheroo. So you finish your answer, Andrew. I'm going to eat a real dispatch snack to talk about the hurdles we have to overcome. So you go ahead.
Yeah. So back to my food sources. I keep it simple. I don't go complex and all over the place. I'll just have like some brown rice, chicken, and just a small vegetable. Like for me personally, like I love vegetables. Like I'm one of the very few people out there where I'm like, yeah, I'll have like broccoli over candy or something. I'm one of those very few people in the world that choose that. But I love vegetables. Just to maintain that lifestyle, like just to like maintain a healthy diet. There is a lot of fad diets out there, but to keep it like simple, that's my like slogan to people. And they're like, yeah, I'm trying to eat better. I don't know what to do. I'm like, just keep it simple. Just have a simple carb with brown rice, and then a nice lean meat like chicken, beef. Yeah. So I did.
I don't care what people say. That is good.
Yeah.
So what about snacking at the console? Because that's a big thing.
Yeah,
Snack.
Yeah, snacking at a console. I got some messages about that. Like, what can I do to like maintain my appetite from like snacking all the time? I'm like, normally I just drink cold water to like ignore my like if I'm like really craving something. Because what was it last week? They brought in like Dunkin' Donuts, and I was just like, oh man, I was able to see it, and I didn't do it. I didn't go up there. I stick to water. Or I'll snack on almonds. Almonds is a good snack to have. Yeah, but you gotta watch.
But I'm gonna go do 20 minutes of walking in the parking lot, so I'll be fine. Joe, what were you gonna say? Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, John, it comes down to if I don't make it to exercise at least a little bit, and I'm not Andrew's caliber by any means, but for me, it's a reduction in the stress. And my staff can definitely tell when I haven't been to the gym in 2 to 3 weeks, because the little things start to bother me. And so for me, it's just clearing the mind, doing a reset for the body. and trying to stay active. And I also battle some high blood pressure. And so it helps keep my blood pressure in check as well. So I do believe in that. And one of the things at the agency where I work at is our whole entity participates in a health program where it also determines how much you pay for health insurance. And I was just wondering if maybe anybody on the panel also works somewhere where if you participate in health related activities or whatever's required of you at your agency, do you pay a reduction in health costs? John, what do you think?
Fortunately, it's not my agency, but the locality offers that for all employees. So what happens is every employee for us has to go to the primary care physician within the year and get a physical.
Yeah.
And then you have to complete a self-paced, truthful health assessment online.
Yeah.
And just with that alone, our locality offers people $100 to put towards next year's flex spending.
Wow.
And then after that, after you satisfy those prerequisites, then if you go to the eye doctor once a year, you get your teeth cleaned twice a year, and you do other elective medical services, you can get additional money put toward next year's flex spending account. So this is on top of what an individual will contribute. So it all stays there. You can't withdraw it and say, well, I want the cash.
Yeah.
But that's still free money if I'm going to claim anything.
Yeah, and then I
Particularly
also
if you
know
have surgeries or anything, or braces or contacts, that can add up.
And I also know Jill is a humongous and great and fantastic baker and makes a lot of food. So Jill, when it comes to prepping food, because a lot of times dispatch agencies like to bring food in and they do food parties and they do food days, and you look at it and there's like a protein and like 6 desserts sometimes. So Jill, what is it that you take in to 911 dispatch parties or used to take in when you worked in the field?
Usually it's whatever they want, mostly. I am not a big sweets person. I will make them because that's usually what they want. But I prefer like the veggie plates or the fruit skewers, like fancy little fruit skewers or something, because everybody else is gonna they eat candy all the time. They always have cookies. They always have popcorn and chips. So when I was taking stuff in and doing stuff, I was trying to do something a little bit healthier, not boring healthy, but like a fruit skewer or veggies with different dips or hummus or something like that. So it's still appeasing, but not boring.
Ooh, chocolate hummus is awesome.
Never had it.
I never heard of that.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Is that
If they call it like dessert hummus, Samba, Sabra, Sabra,
Really?
Tribute. Yeah, they all carry it, huh?
Really?
Yeah. Oh my
Get
God,
it?
it's so
Whole
good.
Foods?
No, Aldi.
Oh, Aldi was my next guess.
That's right, shop.
And why we got Andrew here, Andrew, tonight I'm having pork chops, cantaloupe, and some grilled hash browns on the grill with some butter and garlic powder on those. Is that a good supper, or is that kind of walking the fine line between good and not so good?
I mean, hey, I always say this, just be aware of like, what you do. I don't judge people. I don't, judge people on how they eat or how they, maintain their lifestyles. But, if you, like what I would do is like, I wouldn't have the butter. Like, honestly, I would just cut the butter from it, but that's it. But, also we also have to understand at the end of the day, we do live a life, you can't, we're all not Arnold Schwarzenegger or Phil Heath, where they, also, as well maintaining a lifestyle, like just make healthier choices, like that's what I believe in. Just, make healthier choices.
I appreciate the honest critique, man. John, we'll turn it back to you.
Holy smokes. So Andrew, what is the common advice you give to your colleagues? Like in 1 or 2 things, like they're always asking something about fitness. What is like the most common 2 questions you get, and what is your response to them?
Okay. I think there's a lot, but I'm trying to think like the 2 most popular.
Well, just something that just comes to your mind.
Yeah. So I would say sleep, and then actually like doing something, like finally taking that first step,
Yeah.
I get a lot of questions. They're like,
cupcake to kale. There you go.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you say that again?
From cupcakes to kale.
That could be a new podcast. Cupcakes to kale.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, normally with like food, like they'll be like, also like, what should I do? I always just, like I said earlier, keep it simple. But two things though, I mainly do get asked a lot is, how do I start and sleeping wise, and like for sleep, what I tell people is just, what I normally do is if I normally go to bed around like 10. I don't know why I looked at the clock. I was like, oh, it must be getting late. It's like 3:30 here. But normally I go to bed at like 10, like 9, 10 o'clock. So what I do in my last hour is I cut my phone. I put my phone away. I put it on the charger, and I don't look at it for the rest of the night, because that's what happens. We'll all get caught up on the TikToks and the Facebook and the Instagram. I just downloaded TikTok, not too long ago, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And you just realize you just killed a whole hour, and you're like, oh man. But yeah, I make the room dark, and I don't have any lights on. I like to sleep in like complete darkness, and like I don't like lights on. But last hour, I just think about all the positives of my day, and I fall asleep. And then how do I get started? Is it just put my 10 toes in the ground, and then I get moving. That's what I tell people. Like, just put your 10 toes down and go, man. Don't say Monday, because every time people say I'm going to start on Monday, they normally say it on Tuesday prior to the next Monday. So that's 6 days you could have started. That's 6 days you could have started prior to that Monday actually coming. So, and then also one more thing. I know you said 2, but 3. But for my third one, I always say have a plan. I did release an article about planning ahead. Always have a plan. So especially in the dispatch world, you could be sitting on your couch, 2 minutes later, your supervisor's calling you, and they're like, hey, we're really short-staffed. Can you come in and cover? I always have like an emergency meal ready. Like I have like packets of tuna in my cupboard. And then I got like the Uncle Ben's like brown rice, 90-second microwave, just throw it in, microwave it, put it in a container, put the tuna in there, get some broccoli in there, and I head out. So I got, I have emergency meals ready in case I'm short on time that day. So always be prepared. A lot of people, when they want to make a lifestyle change, they're not mentally prepared for the challenges ahead, like timing, prepping your food, or making time for the workouts. It's just make a good plan before you actually go into it.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate, Andrew, you taking the time to be with us. So we appreciate it. Thanks for joining us and reaching out.
Yeah, thank you
for joining us today. If any of you out there have a story or comment or anything, please leave it below on the Facebook post, or you can email wespeakdispatch@gmail.com. So thanks again, and have a great shift, and get moving.
Hey, it's Michelle, and you've been listening to another great episode of We Speak Dispatch, proudly sponsored by our friends at Zybex.
911, what's your emergency?